But Gavin Newsom
Okay,
is
Brave
right
Angels.
that the new media landscape is hugely influential, right? I mean, I don't know if you want to wrestle over Joe Rogan and Kamala and so on and so forth, but I'll forever believe that not going on that podcast was one of the biggest sort of giveaways in presidential campaign history. So in terms of showing up,
I don't agree with that at all.
Heard,
you walk into the lion's den with someone who's completely biased and whose audience is not going to vote for you anyway. No, that's a no. That's a no for me.
You got to show up with people who disagree with you. And the thing about it is that in Rogan's
she showed up with people who disagreed with her, not just Rogan. And he
himself was a Democratic voter not but a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
right?
but
so
now he's full MAGA cult. That was not a
I,
mistake.
I think if Kamala had showed up and had just demonstrated the fact that she could roll with him for an hour or two,
that's
she would have showed people. Right?
That's BS.
That she had substance and capability to work with.
If people didn't see that the
people
woman,
who were not going to see her
didn't
on
see
the
that the woman who was one of only a handful of black women U.S. senators, who was attorney general for the largest, one of the largest states, the fifth largest economy in the country, who was district attorney in San Francisco. If they couldn't see that, the woman who brought back billions to California during the housing crisis, they're not going to see it from the Joe Rogan
qualifications
podcast.
Don't impress
That's
people. The
bullcrap.
ability to have a conversation is what impresses people.
Well, okay, then I should be president.
You should be
because
president.
Donald Trump can't hold a freaking conversation.
honestly,
I can run circles around him in conversation in my sleep, literally.
And honestly, that's something you would have going for you, right? Even if people didn't agree with their politics, they'd be able to say, well, Dominique is able to show up and answer the hard questions, right? And I feel like a lot of people
Harris could too, and she did.
A lot of people couldn't confidently say.
You know what? It didn't matter how many questions she answered. The Joe Rogans of the world were not going to say, "Oh, she can walk and chew gum."
I think you would have gone on Joe. I think you would have done it, and you'd have done a great job, and that would have been the example that a presidential candidate should have been able to live up to.
Nice point.
You have to walk into the lion's den.
No, you don't.
No,
you
don't.
No, you don't.
You do.
Well, then
why is your
dear beloved leader handpicking what press can go into the White House press corps instead of leaving it to the press corps? Why is he kicking Amber Ruffin off the doggone correspondence dinner? Why doesn't he go on KBLA? I'd love to have Trump on this mic.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you on all of that, but the reason he can do that is because he's already won